because when I was growing up, all you needed was the box fan and you would open windows. I mean, we didn't grow up with AC to begin with. I mean, then later you got the AC. You didn't have the window, the ice box, what's it called? Oh, yes.
My biggest childhood was we got cable.
Oh, yeah.
It's like that was better.
Well, I remember we got cable too, but no, it's where you put water in it.
Yeah,
and
that one.
plug it
That's what
in.
my grandparents
Yeah.
had.
All right, everyone. It's not quite 9 a.m. It is 8:59 a.m. It's 9 now. I'm going to call the docket. When I call the docket, I need you all to stand and let me know you're here. Otherwise, I'm going to assume you're not here and a warrant may be issued for your arrest. Nathan Martinez, Jacob Kawazawi, custody. Juan Carlos Ramos. Juan Carlos Ramos. Matthew Tyler Moran, there by Zoom. John Anthony Martinez, thank you. Ashley Nicole Rodriguez. Jeanette Miller Havana. Phoenix Jones Miller. Adolph Mendoza.
President Council, Your Honor.
Thank you. Christopher Mariscal.
Vice President Council.
Thank you. Carlos White, Patrick Washington, Angel Martinez, Christopher Cruz, custody, Tammy Franks.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. Joe Anthony Grant.
Here.
Adolfo Manuel Rodriguez.
Please stand.
Yes. Adolfo Manuel Rodriguez. All right, stand when your name is called.
You stand.
Oh, are you Spanish speaker? Ah, okay. D'accord. I don't know how you say okay in Spanish. In French, it's d'accord. Antonio Garcia Jr. Antonio Garcia Jr. Xavier Slingerland, custody. Kazar Johnson. Kazar Jamil Johnson. David Dodderlin. Thank you. Michael Anthony Hernandez. Michael Anthony Hernandez. Carlos Perez.
Present.
Thank you. Richard Cantu, custody, Bianca Estela Sanchez. Nathan Martinez, custody. Gary Flowers, custody, Randy Thomas. Perry Carrillo. They have Bertram Wood as his attorney.
Oh.
Yeah, I love Bo Wood. So we're gonna have to see about getting him another attorney.
Judge, it's just a compliance thing.
All right. Paul David Marceau. Thank you. Thank you. Jeffrey Munoz Guerrero, custody.
President, Your Honor, we're ready for sentence.
All right, Joseph Kirk Jackson. Joseph Terrell Kirk Jackson. Vanessa Rubio. Vanessa, is she in custody? It says fugitive jail. I don't know what that means. All right, thank you. Adrian Jelani Jaquaris Harper. He's not even here, and I had to struggle with 4 names. Larietta Holmes, custody.
I don't know.
Thank you. Is there anyone who's present and your name was not called or you came in late? All right, attorneys, we're currently in a jury trial. So if your business is not completed with the court by noon today, you're going to have to come back tomorrow. There's no need to tell the coordinator, oh my gosh, I can't be here tomorrow, because we're all here. We're ready for business. You all know the rules. If you have an inmate, request the inmate. If your client needs an interpreter, which means I don't speak their language, then call down for an interpreter. Don't stand behind the court reporter when we're on the record. Please knock on Miss Abrams' door to discuss with her if you have somebody that you're seeking to get probation for, or that they are on probation, or there is a need for a PSI. So everyone, it's Friday Eve, please confer. To everyone else in the gallery, if you don't see your attorney, you have the court's permission to go outside, pick up the phone and call them, because otherwise you're going to end up back here on Friday. All right, thank you.
Oh, yeah. Oh, very good. Yeah.
Could I see her file on Bianca Sanchez? Yes, yes. If you can call and see, I think they probably may still be in trial. All right, thank you. And then Deputy Laura. I think Norma, this is set, this shouldn't be on the docket today unless there's something they wanted. It was set for May 29th for a final plea deadline date. That's the last date I have on here, but we shall see.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am. Jeffrey Thur. Your questions. Thank you.
Adolfo Manuel Chiappan. Michael Anthony Hernandez.
All right, David Bruce Doddelin.
Yes, Judge, we're present. Good morning.
Good morning.
Johnson.
So where are we on this case with discovery?
Judge, I just conferred with Mr. Garahan briefly. They don't actually have any reports in their file for some reason. I have all the discovery as far as I know, but I don't know if they have any additional things. I've told Mr. Garahan some things that I'm hoping he's gonna look into, and
So is there any other cases that your client has other than this?
no, ma'am.
All right, so what we'll do, I'm gonna call this back for a plea deadline date. And Ms. Ferguson, if you'll put this as a plea deadline date for that first full week in July.
Sure.
July 10th, so that'll be a Thursday. Thank you so much for dressing appropriately for court. Once you sign the reset form, you'll be excused, okay?
Thank you, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
Yes.
Okay. All right, Norma, on Sanchez, it's gonna be recalled for June 12th. Ms. Sanchez? Bianca Sanchez? Deputy Laura, is Ms. Sanchez outside?
Sanchez?
Bianca Estela Sanchez.
She put the danger. You're good.
All right. All right, your attorney is currently in a jury trial.
Yes,
So you're gonna be recalled for June 12th.
yes.
All right, so here's the thing.
I
Some-
know.
Yeah, I
Sorry.
understand. No. There's no need to apologize because if it's your first time showing up for court, you won't know. But we can't have the people wearing the T-straps. Like you can wear that, but if you wear that, you'll need to have some sort of jacket or either just do a camisole thing over the top, okay?
Yes,
All right, so they're gonna give you a reset form.
okay,
And once they give you the reset form, you'll be excused.
thank you.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, on Ms. Sanchez, if you'll give her a reset for June 12th for a final plea deadline date. All right, thank you. All right, the court is calling 2024 CR 012163 State versus Jeffrey Munoz Guerrero. All right, your client is in custody.
Yes, ma'am. I think so.
All right, so they're not ready until his client comes out. All right, just let me know when your client is brought out. Okay.
That's because one of you invited me to text.
Oh.
Okay, okay.
The first percentage. Huh? You're still bringing it?
All right, Perry Carrill. Hello. Good morning.
Morning, John.
Hi. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm actually a little scared, but I'm great.
Oh, I hope you're not scared about being here because everyone here wants you to be successful. I want you to be successful.
I believe it.
So I'm just trying to get information from probation about how you're doing
Yes.
and see whether or not your probation should be ended. So I'm just going to take a report from them.
Okay.
Yes.
Judge, there was an extension status report sent into the court for him to be extended a year on his probation. The main reason for the extension is for him to be able to pay his restitution.
Mhm.
There was otherwise, he's been doing good on probation. We don't have any concerns. The original amount of the restitution was $14,000. He's paid to date $5,238, leaving an $8,762 balance. I spoke with Mr. Perillo. He says he has a plan that he wanted to tell the court, and hopefully it will be acceptable.
All right. So what's your plan?
I found it's taken this long to finally put together in a position with the felony, even though I haven't been convicted, it's still a very good task, especially at my age.
Yeah.
So with the construction jobs, I get chased off of because I'm just not as young as they used to be.
Yeah.
And it's just taken this long to finally find the job with that on my record, despite that, to earn enough to pay the restitution. And not only that, but I have to take care of my mother. She's 80 years old now, and she has to retire. I mean, she doesn't really have a choice.
Yeah.
So, and that's a good thing that I'm here. So I've done the best I can. When I went to jail, that was the best thing that ever happened. I made up my mind there that I was never going to fall that low. I was raised better. So there's a lot of pride. And my family is important. So
All
I
right.
can do it.
All right. So what I'm trying to do is, because there are some cases where everybody has done everything and I'm like, yeah, there's no need to keep them on. But the reason why your case is extended is because of the restitution. So if you were to pay all of your restitution, then you'll be done today. But
I'm not trying to avoid it.
yeah, but I know you have a plan. I don't understand why the restitution was so high to begin with. This case wasn't before me when it was from two
It
sixteen.
was a Hill Big Wig that was on the bench back then, I
Mhm.
believe, so.
So, I mean, is this appropriate restitution? I mean, I don't understand. I read the report, I read the stipulations. And the stipulation, there was, I mean, where is the restitution coming from? And who is the restitution going to?
A person, an individual that
Assuming a restitution was held. Yeah.
hospital bill and for the ambulance.
Okay. And we actually received documentation for that?
That if I don't. see- I don't.
All right, so what's in the PSI, and I don't like to go behind other people's rulings, but what's in the PSI? Is there any documentation, or is it just somebody just said, this is how much I'm due? Because if not, counsel, that may be something that you can look into.
Yes, Judge. I agree. I believe it needs to be substantiated. So. No, Mr. Guy, you appreciate stuff looking into it to see if that was justified, just to verify. I understand that, look into.
That's what I hear, but I've never seen anything.
There's nothing attached to the PSI for the documentation for that. It's just based on the victim's statement.
All right, so then this is what we're going to do, unless there's objections. Mr. Garehand?
Yes, sir.
On this case was done before I was on the bench. It's from 2016. There was restitution that was ordered. It wasn't included in the stipulation. But in the PSI report, they came up with a restitution amount of $18,000. But there's no documentation for that. That's just somebody saying, I'm owed $18,000. But no documentation was submitted. So unless there's an objection, because it's really outside my jurisdiction at this late date, but I don't think it's fair for someone to pay restitution if there was no documentation. And it doesn't appear that it was done with his attorney being present, because it wasn't in the stipulations. And then when I read the previous judge orders, well, actually, there's nothing here, but it doesn't appear that at the time of sentencing, that a restitution amount was given. It appears that just in the stipulations, it's in the stipulations, so therefore, this is the amount of restitution.
Judge, I did. Why did you know, it was not very good.
Okay.
Well, Judge, the way I'm reading this is this say $18,088, but it says the actual restitution is 8,000.
So the restitution amount was originally for the bills, I believe, was 14,000.
Yeah.
And then 5,000 has been paid, and then there's a remaining balance of 8,000.
So actually restitution was only 14,000
14,000.
to an individual, because the
Yeah.
other ones are fees and everything.
Yes.
I mean,
So-
go ahead. I'm sorry, Judge.
And so I'm thinking, if there's no objection, I don't think the defense would have any objections. If somebody can look into and see, if there's some documentation for this other than somebody just saying, this is what I owe. I mean, this is what is owed.
I guess what the state's position would be, Judge, since, I mean, don't want to victimize a victim again,
Mhm.
that we would, one, ask, one, if we do have documentation, two, that we reach out to the actual victim
Yes.
and see if they've been made whole from this. I mean, since it is an aggravated assault with a deadly weapon.
Okay. All right, if we can do that, because it appears that there were some mental health issues from what I read in the stipulations. So there were some major mental health issues going on at the time. So then if y'all can look in that, for now, the extension is going to be granted. And then if defense, you come in with information, or probation, if you have information that there's actually no more restitution owed, then the court will strongly consider just terminating because he's done everything.
I think Mr. Garrett had the obviously the good idea of reaching out to the complaining witness just to verify that the amount reflected here was the actual amount, and then obviously documentation, and to see what their feelings are as to more amount need to be paid, or if they've been made whole, like Mr. Garrett has said. So I can have my investigator also try to reach out to the complaining witness as well. I know the state will make efforts too, so we can hopefully reconvene and hash this out as to what perhaps needs to be owed.
My only fear is, this is coming up on 10 years old.
Oh, yeah.
And victim, may have not kept documentation if it hadn't been turned over. So that's one of my concerns.
All right.
Maybe we can work it out, see what maybe she would be wanting, something less than 8,000, or if she wanted 8,000.
All right, so it'll be extended, and then whenever y'all want to put it back on the docket, it can come back on the docket.
Okay, good.
And extend it for a year?
Sorry.
Okay. All right, thank you. Who's here on Matthew Tyler Moran? Yes,
You should be on.
yes, he is. Mr. Moran?
Yes, ma'am. I'm here.
All right, so today is plea deadline date.
Yes, Your Honor. I've spoken to my client. He had been made an offer. At this point, he's rejecting it. We are respectfully asking we can have a trial date.
All right, so Mr. Moran,
Yes,
in
ma'am.
this court, if you have not reached an agreement with the state, then what ends up happening is you get your jury trial date, and the court is not going to consider any plea bargain agreements without good cause. Otherwise, you have to plead open to the court. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
All right, and you have a choice. If the state is in an agreement, you can go to a jury trial or a bench trial. If you come to me for a bench trial, what I can tell you, if the state proves its case beyond a reasonable doubt, I'm going to find you guilty. If they don't prove their case beyond a reasonable doubt, I'm going to find you not guilty. So do you want a bench trial or a jury trial?
I would like a jury trial, please, ma'am.
All right. How long should this trial take? 2 days?
Sorry to interrupt you, but this is a special prosecutor that's not here today.
Okay.
So we're just stepping in so we would be unaware of how long it would last. Maybe defense counsel may know a little bit better.
I think about 2 days, Your Honor. My
Yes.
client is in the military and he's going to be deployed. So obviously never. So we respectfully ask that we can have
All right, when does he get deported?
a last
Deployed.
week.
It's deployed. Yeah, thank you. I was like, he's not getting deported.
I mean,
Yeah.
the summer training with her. I
All
think
right, when is it, sir?
It's through August 12th, ma'am.
So are you currently deployed?
It'll be in 2 weeks. So,
Okay. And you say you'll be back August 12th?
yes, ma'am.
All right, Norma, if you can set this for a jury trial after August 12th, please, and it won't be any of the prosecutors here who will be trying it. I was like, when you said deported, I was like, I
Yeah,
don't
I
think
got it
that's the
wrong.
correct terminology.
summer camp.
All right, your jury trial date is going to be September 16th.
Judge, you always get
Yes,
me
ma'am.
on holidays, it's the 6th of September.
All right, thank you. Your excuse, we'll see you back on September 16th, and you'll need to be present in court.
Yes, ma'am, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. Adolph Mendoza. Who's the attorney? All right, just have a seat. DeJanette Havana.
Yes. Anna Miller, they haven't intercom.
All right.
I apologize.
No problem. If you'll come forward, please. Hello. Okay, today is plea deadline date.
Yes, Your Honor, we need to proceed with the next setting. We're unable to come to an agreement.
All right, so do you want a jury trial or a bench trial?
Jury trial.
All right. How long is this going to take? 3 days?
Yes.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, 3-day jury trial date. No, it's criminal trial division. All right, July when? I'm sorry. All right, July 22nd will be your jury trial dates.
Your Honor, I'm out of town that week. My daughter is doing a major basketball tournament.
But are you going to put more pressure on her by being there?
Well, it's
All right.
mainly I'm her ride and I have to be there. So,
Oh, I'm just joking
I'm so
with you.
sorry. I normally
All
try
right,
to
can
juggle
you
it
do
all.
that before that date, Ms. Ferguson?
Like the week before. Yes.
All right, July 15th will be your jury trial date. Once you sign the jury, the reset form, you're excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Do we need a discovery acknowledgement, Judge?
No, I showed that you've already completed one.
We have.
Understood.
Thank you. All right, who is here on Jeffrey Guerrero? Court is calling 2024 CR 012163 State versus Jeffrey Guerrero. Can I have parties announced for the record? State,
Andrew Harrison.
defense,
Scott Sullivan from Mr. Guerrero, Your Honor.
and are you Mr. Guerrero?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you entered a plea on May 22nd. You waived PSI and TAP evaluation. According to the plea bargaining agreement, punishment is to be assessed at 6 years in the prison. The state is silent on your application, and there's restitution to be determined. And of course, outside the agreement, there's no contact with certain persons. All right, are parties ready to proceed?
I am, Your Honor.
All right, counsel, do you have any witnesses?
No, Your Honor.
All right, the court will hear your argument.
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Guerrero is an excellent candidate for deferred adjudication. It will allow the court to, and he'll have to be mindful that any mistake could cost him a lot of prison time. So I think with that over his head, I think he wants to comply with the conditions that this court lays on him. And I think he will do them diligently, Your Honor. And I just think it's the perfect sentence for him. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Guerrero, I don't think that probation is appropriate for you. According to the stipulations, this fire was set because you were paid. That's what you told the police.
I didn't tell the police that. It was somebody else who told the police that. That was the other people that told the police that, and at that there was no damage and nobody pressing charges on.
No, I mean, you started, it says here that you attempted or you started a fire, so that's an arson, and you did it at an apartment complex. Many other people could have been injured.
It was a fence, man.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else?
And.
Oh, do you want to testify?
Because the video that I had
Would
saw.
you like to testify?
What does that mean?
That I have you raise your right hand, swear you in, and you tell me your story. All right, do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Jeffrey Guerrero.
All right, so Mr. Guerrero, I want to let you know that if you tell me your story and the state deems that it is untruthful, then even though they made the agreement to remain silent, if there's something that you're untruthful about, they can question you about that. Do you understand? All right, what would you like to say?
I was just saying that,
Everyone, please whisper.
from the cause of it, I mean, when I saw the videos, what he showed me, they didn't have no proof of, who even did it or what, and then they're pointing the finger at me and they saw a vehicle and then from a vehicle, just because it was my ex, they know where I live, they've seen what I do, they see what I do every day, you know, they pass by the house every day. So they're pointing the finger at me because we're stealing my stuff and, they were just trying to get me in trouble for anything, but I haven't associated with these people like in 30 years and they want to point the finger at me. And from the scene, when I saw the video, they were towing a truck and you can't even see the license plates. From the license plates, they went to another place. Just by word of mouth, they told them that, where I live. So they went to my house and ran a plate there at my house and they came under my name. That's what they told me. And that's how they got proof of saying that that truck was mine. If they didn't read, how could they say it's my truck if they can't read the plates of the apartments?
All right. Any questions?
And
No, Judge.
from the looks of it, there was no damage done to any of it when I saw the videos.
All right. Anything, any
Nothing
questions?
from me,
Jennifer? All right, this is what the court is going to do. The court is going to find you guilty. The court is going to sentence you to 6 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served. There's a $2,000 fine, time and money to run concurrent. There's to be restitution, if any, to River Trail Apartments and Orlinda Galvan. There's to be no contact with Orlinda Galvan, Jose Galvan, Sandy Galvan, the River Trail Apartments. All right, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it? All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you, sir. All right, Aldolf Mendoza,
Yes, Your Honor.
all right, today is plea deadline date.
Yes, Your Honor. A offer has been tendered. My client is not willing to accept. We're requesting a jury trial date, Judge.
All right, how long do y'all expect this trial to last?
I believe the state will be the ones calling witnesses, Your Honor.
3 days.
3 days would be safe, I suppose.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, I need a jury trial date, criminal trial division, 3 days.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you, Norma. And I already executed the discovery acknowledgement, Your Honor, and I gave that to the court. So I do have that date of July 22nd, and we shall be here on that day of my client.
All right, thank you. Thank you for addressing appropriate for court. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Bravo, your other second row, shoulder in the front.
Who's here on Jacob Kawazawi?
I am, Your Honor. Eric DeWalt. May I bring up Mr. Kawazawa?
Yes.
Morning, sir. Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. All right, is all discovery received?
Yes, Judge, and actually, I'm just, state is asking, and I don't believe defense has an objection. I'm asking for 30 days. We do have a third defendant in the case. And I'm trying to get into admin to make a sort of a whole package deal here. And we're asking for at least just 30 days, if that's
Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
All right, I need a 30-day reset on Kawazawi, please. All right, July 7th.
Are you out that week?
No, I get back on the third, so I'm here on the.
All right, so that will be the final chance for you all to reach an agreement. So I'll put that as your final plea deadline date.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, sir, do you have any questions?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
May we be excused, Judge?
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Sir.
Is it for my spot?
Everything's all right. That's what you think.
Yeah, we'll see if that accident.
Are you waiting for me? Yes.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning.
I believe on page 10 of your docket is, you're gonna have, Adrian Harper. I learned that Mr. Adrian Harper has a warrant that was issued on 5/22 of this year, on a different case of what he is here. I'm guessing that's why he's not here. His attorney is Fernando Trevino. Fernando Trevino is out of state, so he is not here, and I would like to try to avoid the bond forfeiture.
I mean, he needs to be here. defendant.
Adrian Harper, I'm pretty sure he's not here because he knows he has an active warrant on something else.
So are y'all asking to get off the
I
bond?
would like to know if maybe a bond increase, a judge's warrant could be
I
issued.
mean, you all can get off the bond if you want to get off the
Okay,
bond.
we could do that too.
All right, thank
Thank
you.
you, Judge.
Sure. Yes, hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
All right, is he on the docket today? She is.
Yes.
Could I see the file on Phoenix Miller? All right, and Miss Miller, if you could approach. Yep. All right, Miss Miller, the state is saying that they're dismissing your case for a missing witness. So that means that they have a witness that they can't get. They're not saying that they don't think you did it. They're just saying a witness is missing. So whatever is occurring in your life, you need to make some changes. Otherwise, you're going to be back into felony court. Don't do that, all right?
Yes.
All right, good luck to you. Thank you for dressing appropriately for court.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Lorraine, you come in and you're just like, here's my dismissal.
No.
It's just like, here I am.
Thank you.
All right, have a good one. Oh. All right, who's here on Antonio Garcia? All right, just one moment. Okay, just Miller on, please. All right, thank you. All right. All right, first thing on this case, where are we on discovery?
Judge, I've gone ahead and looked at what's in the state's file. I need to go through the reports to make sure all the videos match. So it's our first setting. I would ask for one more setting.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, on this case, I need a 30-day setting for discovery.
But Judge, we have confirmed the state's reached out to the complainant. We're talking about an offer. There was an offer already, so.
Okay.
we're moving.
All right, July 10th is going to be your discovery date. And I also have a motion to modify conditions of bond.
Judge, we do need to get a setting for that at some point.
All right, are you all ready to proceed on this motion to modify bond conditions? They're asking that the GPS be removed.
Sure. I mean, if defense would like to proceed today, or if they want to reset it, it's up to the court.
We haven't conferred on that, so if we do that. I don't think there'll be an agreement. So I don't know that we're in a position.
All right, so he says that he wants it removed because of employment. Are you all able to agree to partial GPS for employment?
The state would agree to partial for employment purposes.
I'm on partial. I'm
All
on
right.
partial.
He's on partial right
I
now.
agree.
So there is his ability to work outside those hours, of course, is affected. And so we'd ask for, tracking only. This case has been pending a while. It was just indicted. We haven't had any issues with his compliance with GPS.
Mhm.
There were some issues with drug counseling, but we got that resolved.
All right, state, I don't know if you how you would feel about tracking. I don't know if you're ready to proceed on it, if they're just asking for tracking only.
Just since it's spur of the moment, we would be opposed to it, Judge. The indictment and prior history purposes.
All right, so let's do this. If there's an issue with your employment, all you have to do is let the court know. The pretrial services officer, have there been any issues? Oh, and sorry, state your excuse.
Thank you, Judge.
With the pretrial services officer, has there been any
Um,
issues with your working?
Mr. McCory's been pretty lenient, but due to the, I guess, overcrowding or understaffing,
Mhm.
sometimes he doesn't get it, so because of these court issues, I haven't been able to do overtime, things like that, because of the GPS.
Mhm.
I'm not looking to make a bad situation worse. I'm more than confident that it will go, but
And just those are the issues. We haven't had any issues with the complainant, there haven't been any contact issues. Certainly, there's been nothing along those lines.
So has pretrial services, have they told you to let them know within 24 hours if your work
Yes.
schedule? Okay, well, there shouldn't be any problem with the work schedule. What I can tell you is anytime there is, and your attorney will tell you this, anytime there is a pretrial services violation, some type of violation, the first thing I do is I ask the pretrial services person, hey, are they back in compliance now? Because sometimes there's miscommunication. And then if they say, yes, they're still not in compliance, I'll usually have a hearing. I don't just knee-jerk reaction sign things. All right? But whenever you want that set, just let the court know. All right, thank you.
thank you. You have a blessed day.
You too. Yes. Well, I mean, that's what date you gave me. All right, thanks. Yes, for discovery. And with regards to their motion, council will set it whenever they want it set. And council, please make sure that your client is on time next time.
Mr. Wilkins.
Thank you. Who is here on Larietta Homes?
Ready, Your Honor. Good morning, Your Honor. John Robertson from the Phones.
All right, are you all ready to proceed on this motion to revoke?
Yes, sir.
Do I have a motion to revoke stamp, please?
I don't need it. I'll have a digital copy.
Second.
Yes.
What first conversion?
Court is calling 2024 CR 2336 State versus Larietta. Nicole Holmes, could I have parties announced?
Andrew Harris Ailman for the state.
John Robertson from the Phones.
And are you Miss Holmes?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Larietta Nicole Holmes who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2024 CR 2336 for the offense of injury to an elderly person with bodily injury on June 13, 2024 for a period of 2 years? Is that you? All right, you're gonna have to make sure you keep your voice up so that I can hear and the court reporter can hear. State?
In Bexar County, Texas, the defendant Larietta Nicole Holmes did then and there fail to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of March and April 2025 in violation of condition number 4.
How do you please to that, true or not true? State?
State waives the remaining violation allegations.
Any objection to the waivers?
No, Your Honor.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 4, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, sentence you up to 10 years in the prison and up to a $10,000 fine? Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 4?
You still want to plead true to violation of condition?
All right, so here's the thing, you're gonna have to speak up. And you need to speak the way you speak when you're not in court before me. So whatever agreement you think you've worked out with the state, I don't have to follow that agreement because this is a contract and it's a contract with the court. It's not a contract with the state. It's not a contract with the defense. So you pled true to violation of condition number 4. Regardless of what agreement you think you've reached with the state, I can revoke you and sentence you to 10 years in prison. Do you understand?
Yes,
All right, knowing that, do you still wish to proceed with this plea of true?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, is there a proposed agreement?
Yes, Your Honor, to deny the motion, continue on regular supervision and amend for the following conditions. Immediate placement of GPS monitor for 6 months. Proof of residence or proof of employment with every OV. Don't know what OV stands for. If no proof of employment, then proof of disability. If not on disability, 4 job searches per week, as well as minimum of 12 community service hours performed monthly. Immediate enrollment in anger management course, IVR call inline for 4 months, bi-weekly reporting for 4 months.
All right, so here's my question. You want to raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
You can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Marietta Holmes.
What have you done since you've been on probation?
Since I've been on probation, I did try to finish my classes.
So you didn't finish your classes, you tried to, all right?
For community service, because last time I was here, my lawyer asked if I could use, I was getting my BA,
Mhm.
and he asked if I could use that for community service.
And why didn't you finish that?
A lot in between the time happened, so I did have to drop.
What has happened?
Lights were turned off in November, and it was hard for me to try to get any type of assistance for it because it was overdue and they just turned it off. So in between time, I was trying to find assistance, I was trying to find work, and also trying to maintain my home, and keep up with everything that I could, and also raising my 2 children.
So where are your children now? Who's raising them?
My son, he's with his girlfriend, and my daughter, she's with my sister. She works, my son works. Both of them work, they're both of them in school, and they both get good grades.
Okay. So here's the thing with lights being turned off. Back in the day, people didn't have lights. You turn on a candle. And people always assume that where people are in their station in life is always where they've been. Like they never had financial problems or things haven't. I've had my lights turned off before. And you know what? My mom and my grandmother would always say, hey, whatever you do, make sure that you have if you're living in an apartment, make sure that's paid. If you're living in a house, make sure that paid. If the lights get turned off, if the water gets turned off, at least you'll always have a place to stay. So getting your lights turned off, and sometimes people like, oh my gosh, that's so embarrassing. It's like, I still have a place to stay. Getting lights turned off happens to everybody. I guarantee you, a majority of the people in this courtroom, attorneys included, deputies included, court reporter included, have at some point had some utility turned off. One time it happened to me, and it's just because I forgot to pay the bill. And I'm like, hey, why is my water not on? And they said, Stephanie Sauce came out and turned it off. I'm like, oh my gosh, I forgot to pay my bill. And they came out and turned it back on, of course. But that's nothing to be embarrassed about. So, and the reason why I'm telling you this story is because you have to reach out to probation and tell them what's going on in your life. Otherwise, you could go to prison for 10 years. And then who's going to be taking care of your children? Now, what's happening with the new number 1 in this case?
Judge, I can elaborate on that. That is an allegation based on a voicemail that was left with the landlord. I received a copy of the police report. The landlord sent a copy to the court, and that was forwarded to me by Norma. They took a police report based on a voicemail. And last time I looked, a voicemail doesn't arise to a Class C threat.
What?
So anyway, that'll have to be sorted out. I think that's obviously one of the reasons why we're not going on that today.
All right. So what's happening with this number 1?
That's a municipal court problem.
Okay.
So.
All right. Probation. What is your recommendation?
Judge, the court summary, according to the summary, is exactly what Mr. Edelman states.
All right. So why were you not reporting? That's the easiest thing, to pick up the phone.
I was communicating with my probation officer. I was
Not in March and April.
I was in March and April. I did. I even got kind of scared because he wasn't responding back to me. He never did tell me to come in. Everything that I was going through, far as dealing with the landlord and also dealing with housing, and my life still being not connected, I was communicating with him.
So has she been communicating?
Judge, I can check the notes.
All right.
That's one thing we discussed, judges, that communication, however the communication is not a substitute for reporting. And I think Larry understands that.
And my lawyer did make a good recommendation. He's when, communicating, texting, sometimes it's best for me to go down there, and I didn't know that. To set up an appointment, go down there so I could be seen, and that way it wouldn't be no miscommunications.
Judge. Last office visit is a system indicates February 28th and 2025. There was a text message sent out with an appointment scheduled in March. I don't see anything indicating there was a phone call with that was the officer, and the same for April, Judge. There were also system text messages reminding his phones, you need to pay your fees. There's some batch emails that went out for services.
All right. This is her first motion to revoke. I'm going to tell you something, and I'm going to tell you right now. Number one, when your utilities are disconnected, that's nobody's fault but your own. If my utilities get disconnected because I forgot to pay, that's not their fault. It's not the utility company, it's my fault. Your emergency is not somebody else's priority unless they want to make it their priority. And when you have a landlord and part of your contract with your landlord is you pay rent and you pay utilities, when utilities get cut off, that means that you didn't pay them, or maybe the utility company made a mistake. If the utility company made a mistake, then they will come out and correct it. Now with CPS Energy, if they do that, they can turn it on immediately because they've switched out everybody's meter where they can operate it from in office. But when your utilities are cut off, one thing you do not do is on your own try to cut them back on or tamper with meters or anything of that nature. Do you understand?
I would never do that. I don't want to.
No, okay, here's the thing. Don't say that because that's what's in the police reports and everything. And the other thing is, it is clear from the court, based upon what you're on probation for, that you do have an anger issue. And it appears from the court that you don't know how to address your angers when things don't go your way other than lashing out at other people. That is going to stop. Otherwise, you're looking at 10 years in prison. Then the 10 years in prison, you can try and lash your anger out at other inmates. And you know what's going to end up happening? Somebody at the prison, somebody at the jail is going to be badder than you. And they're going to unleash anger on you. So if you don't want that to happen, then you had better change your ways. And this bullying thing that maybe you're doing with people that are older than you because you're on deferred adjudication for injury to the elderly, that's going to stop. And your landlord says that they're 57 and they have a disability and they're having to deal with you. So if you were living at that property, you don't have to worry about not having lights at that property because the court is no longer going to allow you to live at that property, and you're no longer going to be allowed to have contact with her. If you have contact with her, a motion to revoke is going to be filed. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
See, and I don't know why you're giving me that attitude now. You know what you did to Miss Holmes, that breathing hard. No, that breathing hard thing. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, that's not going to be tolerated here. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
It's time for you to start showing respect to people, whether you think they're worthy of it or not, because you're landlord. Whether you think they're worthy of it or not, you need to show respect to them because you're living on their property in their house and they can take that away. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And you need to start behaving differently so that your children will know the proper way to communicate and it's not through violence. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so you're going to start completing the conditions of your probation immediately. And when you are released, if you don't start enrolling in these programs and completing them, a motion to revoke is going to be filed. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, the court will deny the motion. Alternate amend conditions to the following. Need to get items, you'll need to have someone other than yourself go over there and go with the police escort to retrieve your items. You are not allowed to call her or have third parties call her or have third parties contact her. Other than that one time when that person goes to the location, if you have items there and they need to go there with the police escort. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
You're going to start your anger management classes and probation. What is the earliest she can start anger management?
Give her 30 days.
All right, anger management class are to begin within 30 days. Do you have a disability?
No, ma'am.
All right, she doesn't have a disability, so there needs to be there's no proof of disability needed. You're going to need to get a job. That's how people make it in this world. Nobody's depending on somebody else to pay their bills. You're going to get a job. And if you need to get 2 jobs to make a full-time job, then that's what you're going to need to do. So I'm going to require a full-time job. And for the court, full-time employment means at least 40 hours a week. If you want to get 2 part-time jobs, 20 hours each, that's fine. But you're going to work. And there are plenty of places for you to find employment. But sometimes people think certain employment is beneath them. No employment is beneath you because we all need doctors. We all need people who are going to pick the fruit. We all need people who are going to work at HEB or work the fries at McDonald's. There's no shame in that. It's a legitimate job. So proof of full-time employment within 45 days. And GPS, probation, do you want GPS?
Yes, Judge.
All right, there's to be GPS, waive fees. Do you want full-time GPS tracking? What do you want?
Partial GPS for now.
All right, partial GPS for employment. And GPS is until further notice. And do you still want this IVR hotline?
Judge, for summary indicates she shall submit four UAs.
Why are you not going in for your UAs?
To my knowledge, I only felt one that was in.
Why are you missing one? Because when you miss one, you could go to prison for 10 years.
I think the day that I missed that was when I went to the office to see him. And by the time it was time for me to leave to get in my Uber, they were going to be closed. And I think it fell on a weekend.
All right, probation, do you still want the IVR hotline?
Monthly UAs, Judge.
All right, monthly UAs. You're not to miss a single UA. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Probation, is there anything else?
Do the bi-weekly reporting for 4 months, Judge.
All right, bi-weekly reporting for 4 months.
Nothing else, Judge.
Is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful?
No, ma'am.
All right, you better do better. Otherwise, you're looking at going to prison for potentially 10 years. From here on out, we can go off the record, from here on out, anything that you do, you need to ask yourself before you do it, is this something that could result in me potentially going to prison for 10 years? If the answer is yes, don't do it unless you want to potentially go to prison for 10 years. If your answer is, well, maybe it could, don't do it because you could potentially go to prison for 10 years. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, good luck to you. Thank you, counsel.
Results. You can share on that one.
Morning.
We move over to.
Figure it out. Yeah.
No, I mean, she's just waiting for a referral. Oh, then she's supposed to come back here and there's no bond set for her because because there should be a motion to revoke file. All right. Yes. All right. All right, thank you.
All right.
All right, who's here on Adrian Harper? Adrian Harper. All right, who's here on Randy Thomas? Yes.
Yeah, address the court.
Yes.
Parties are agreed there is no further restitution needed in this case. It's already been handled and taken care of by an insurance company.
All right, State, is that correct?
That is correct, Judge.
All right, then, Ms. Abrams, no restitution. All right, thank you. Thank you for coming to court and dressing appropriately.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, counsel.
Have a good day.
You're welcome. Right. Who's here on Christopher Mariscal?
President ready.
Court is calling 2025 CR 001975 State versus Christopher Mariscal. Can I have parties announced for the record?
Andrew Harris Edelman for the state.
Sam Locke for Christopher Mariscal, ready?
And are you Mr. Mariscal?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, have you received all discovery? Did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Mariscal, did you review the document entitled Application for Community Supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, probation, this is an application. Mr. Mariscal, did you review the document entitled True Bill of Indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, Judge.
Mr. Mariscal, did you review the document entitled Court Admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Again, did you understand you're charged with driving while intoxicated with a child under 15 years old? As a state jail felony, range of punishment is 180 days, up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
He has, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
Yes,
Do you believe he's currently confident and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
I do.
Mr. Mariscal, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, Your Honor.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 2 years in the state jail facility. There's a $1,500 fine and the state recommends community supervision. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense?
Yes.
State?
Yes.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
There have not, Your Honor.
Outside the agreement, the state is recommending that your community supervision be for a term of 2 years. There be a TAP evaluation and 100 hours of community service restitution. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest, Your Honor.
State any evidence.
Should be contained in Exhibit 1 and attachments, Judge.
We've reviewed. We have no objection, Your Honor.
All right, state, you may be excused. Did you review the waiver and stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there will be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
We can, Judge. I prepared him, said there would be a pre-sentence report, but we're happy to waive and proceed to sentencing today.
All right, anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
He's done fairly well on
bond, Your Honor, he had a glitch in February. There was a positive test for alcohol on his ignition interlock the day after Valentine's Day. Nothing that was above the legal limit, but at that time, the court ordered him to do, how many, was 120?
120
Sober meetings, yeah.
And you've done how many at this point?
150.
He continued on himself, Judge. He's got, well, there's one other thing. I wasn't going to bring it up today, but he's got a travel plan out in October, but we can just address that at some other time. I was going to bring that up at sentencing. I believe he's going to do well on your probation, Judge. He's taking this very seriously.
There's also an alcohol awareness class that you had me take after the February 14th, which I took immediately as well.
Okay. And what is the plans for October?
He had previously booked a cruise, leaving out of Galveston, going to the Mayan Riviera for his wife's 50th birthday, Your Honor. I told him that we would address that with the court once he'd established that he's a good probationer and that he's not somebody you are worried about.
Well, what I can tell you is I'll allow you to do that. But what I do is upon return, you must do a UA. And what I can tell you, if there are violations for your probation from now until then, don't even bother asking because it's not going to get approved.
That's fine. Yes, ma'am.
All right. The court is going to sentence you to 2 years in the state jail facility, suspended and probated for 2 years. There's a $1,500 fine that will be probated. There's to be 100 hours of community service restitution. I'm going to order that you continue your sober support meetings. So for every sober support meeting you do, that will be 1 hour deducted from your community service restitution.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Judge.
All right. There's to be the DWI education course.
Yes, Your Honor.
And counsel, if that's been completed within the time frame where this was pending, that will count. All right, there's to be ignition interlock for half the term. Regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Regular random UAs. And for this, I'm going to do the VIP live because this is very serious, okay?
Yes,
With
sir.
a juvenile in the car and things could have went so badly. And I'm going to do a driver's license suspension for 180 days. Field visits, 1 time per month for 3 months. Probation is, thank you, proof of employment within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. And I am going to order parenting classes.
Yes, sir.
And once he completes parenting classes, 50 hours of the community service restitution will be deemed satisfied. Probation, is there anything else he needs? Is there anything else that you need from the court in order to be successful?
No, Your Honor.
All right, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing. I know that you understood, or at least now you understand what you did was insane. And I don't mean insane by the legal definition of insanity. I mean insane in that you put your wife's life in danger and your child's life in danger. Your attorney does a lot of DWI cases. I think he can tell you that none of his clients have ever told him, I intended to go out and drink, get intoxicated. Nobody ever intends to get intoxicated. And then for people who end up killing somebody, nobody ever says, you know what, my intention was to go out, get drunk, and kill somebody. But it happens all the time because once you start drinking and you don't know when to stop, and then you drive and nobody can tell you anything because you think you're all right. And then the next thing you know, you're before me, not for just the DWI, but because somebody has been injured or dead. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
And that could have easily been your child or your wife.
Yes, Your Honor.
So it appears to the court, you're one of those people who can't drink. I don't drink. I think it's nasty, but that's just me. So you're not allowed to drink while you're on probation. If you drink when you're on probation, that's going to be a violation. So from here on out, anything that you do, you need to ask yourself these questions. Is this something that could potentially result in me going to the state jail facility for 2 years? State jail facility, that's day for day time. So if you were sent for 2 years, you'd be missing 2 years of your family's life. And if you think of everything that's happened in your life in 1 year or 2 years, think about how much you'd be missing. In this court, I want people to be successful in probation. If there's an issue, let your probation officer know about it. If you feel they're not addressing it, you can always come back to the court. If you feel like you're going to pick up a drink, call your probation officer. They're not going to file a motion to revoke. What they're going to do is they're going to send me a notice and say, we need to have a compliance hearing, judge. He's thinking about drinking, and then we'll address it. But if you're just out there doing your own thing, that's not going to help. Okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
There you go. All right. Good luck to you.
Your Honor.
Yes.
One thing that he may need in order to successfully complete probation is an occupational driver's license. So I'll just
yes,
for it after it's filed.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right. And probation, Mr. Mariscal, he has a trip planned for his wife's 50th. He has a lot of apologizing to do to her. I don't know. Maybe she don't want you on the trip. I don't know. So if you want to slip me a note and his wife really doesn't want him on the trip, she just want to be by herself, just slip that to me and I'll deny the trip. But I've already told him he has the court's permission to go on that trip. But if there are any violations of his probation, he's not going. So whether you're allowed to go is up to you.
Yes, sir.
If you'll give them the October dates, and he's going to need to UA immediately upon return. Yeah. Is there anything else you need from the court?
No, Your Honor.
All right, good luck to you. And thank you for always dressing appropriately for court. And I hope the sober meetings are helping you and you're meeting people.
It's helped. That's why I continue.
All right, awesome. Well, good luck to you, okay?
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Your Honor.
May I be excused?
Yes, thank you.
Judge.
The next person up is going to be Joe Anthony Grant. Charles, have you turned in your paperwork?
Can I get
After that, it's going to be Angel Martinez. All right. I'm going in the order in which they give me the papers. Just give me one moment.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
I think so. I haven't taken this, but hopefully. They don't have any certs. They have a special order to cert. Well. Yeah, I know, yeah. You know, you would think, we get better every time, but it's actually good. Or right. Yeah.
All right, sorry about that. All right, Mr. Grant.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, so today is your plea deadline date. Counsel, is this going to be a jury trial or bench trial?
Jury,
All right, how long do you think this will last?
1 day.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, I need a jury trial date, criminal trial division, 1 day. And state if you'll make sure the court has an acknowledgement of discovery, please.
Yes, Judge.
June 24th?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, then. Thank you for dressing appropriate for court. We'll see you back on June 24th. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Right, thank you.
Thank you.
Bring it to me.
All right, Mr. Martinez.
He is not on your docket, so I appreciate the court. We're able to work something out and bring him up early, so I appreciate
No problem.
accommodating. Trying to get your docket clean
Have.
as we can. Absolutely.
So how's life been treating you?
Well, it's good. Headed to Junctions soon.
Oh,
No.
what county is that?
Kimball.
Kimball County, okay. I'm trying to learn my counties. It's hard. At least when I was in college in Louisiana, I would take the Greyhound bus home. So you would hit every parish. So that's how I learned all the parish. All right, are there going to be any applications?
We are applying for regular community supervision only.
Okay.
Not department.
All right, probation, this is an application. Court is calling 2025 CR 00296 State versus Angel Martinez. Can I have parties announce?
Andrew Harris Edelman for the state.
Charles Bunt for Mr. Angelo Martinez.
And are you Mr. Martinez?
Oh, yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, have you received all discovery and did you review it with your client?
We have, Judge.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Martinez, did you review the application for community supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do, Judge.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
No, Judge, waiving count 1 and the repeat offender enhancement allegation proceeding on counts 2 and 3.
To which we do not object.
All right. Did you review the admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. And count 2, you're charged with possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, 1 to 4 grams. That is a 3rd-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. And count 3, you're charged with the offense of unlawfully carrying a weapon with a felony conviction as a 2nd-degree felony. Range of punishment for that offense is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
You have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses. The state will call in the right to remain silent. By entering this plea, you were giving up those rights. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in each of these counts?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes,
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I do.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes.
Mr. Martinez, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter these pleas?
No, Your Honor.
Has anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to the plea, the state is proceeding on counts 2 and 3. They're asking that your punishment be assessed at 10 years in the prison. There's a $2,000 fine. State recommends community supervision, and there's to be restitution, if any, to SAPD for drug testing. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense?
Yes, Judge.
State?
Yes, Judge.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, Judge.
Outside the agreement, the state is recommending that your community supervision be for a term of 8 years. There'd be a TAP evaluation and 200 hours of community service restitution. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then to counts 2 and 3, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty.
State any evidence to support the plea.
Should be contained in Exhibit 1 and attachments, Judge.
No objections.
State you may be excused. Did you review the waiver and stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty of counts 2 and counts 3. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
We would like to proceed today, yes, Judge.
All right, anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
We believe he's worthy of the plea bargain. We ask you to follow.
All right, do you have any children?
Yes, ma'am.
What are their ages?
I have an 8-year-old, a 5-year-old, and an 11-month-old.
And do they normally live with you?
I live with their mom.
All right, when's the last time you had employment?
Right before I got incarcerated.
And what were you doing?
I was doing construction.
And have you ever had any type of mental health issues in the past?
No, Your Honor.
Ever been diagnosed with any mental health issues?
No, Your Honor.
Ever been on any type of medication for mental health issues?
No, Your Honor.
Ever used any type of drugs in the past?
No, Your Honor.
All right, so let me just tell you the reason why I'm asking you that question, because this is a drug case. When you're on probation, you cannot test positive for drugs. So if you have an issue with drugs, now's the time to tell me, because I'm gonna make a notation in the file that you're telling me you've never used drugs before.
No, Your Honor.
Okay? So there should not be any positive UAs, you understand?
I understand, yes, ma'am.
All right. This is what the court will do. The court will sentence you to 10 years in the prison, suspended and probated for 8 years. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular random UAs, proof of employment within 30 days, a release. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors, restitution to SAPD for drug testing. Counsel, if you think the restitution amount is outrageous, let the court know. There's going to be a $2,000 fine that will be probated. 200 hours of community service restitution. The court will waive 100 hours upon completion of parenting classes. How far did you go in school?
I only went to 10th grade, but I got a GED.
All right. And then the other 100 hours will be waived if you obtain some type of trade school certification or higher education. Otherwise, if you don't get some sort of trade school certification or higher level of education, you're gonna have to do those 100 hours. And it's gonna be 100 hours in the sun. And I know you know how San Antonio weather is since you're in construction.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor.
All right, there's going to be field visits 1 time per month for 8 months. And do you know Savannah Ramos?
Yes, Your Honor.
What is her relationship to you?
She's the mother to my kids.
And Randy Capello? I'm mispronouncing it, Capelo.
No, I don't know.
All right, so there's to be no contact with Randy, RANDY CAPELO. Probation, is there anything else? Is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful?
No, Your Honor.
All right, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what that is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, we can go off the record. So I'm going to tell you what I've been telling everybody else. From here on out, everything you do, you need to ask yourself, is this something that could potentially result in me going to prison for 10 years? If it is, don't do it. If you say to myself, maybe not, maybe I won't get caught, don't do it, because you're looking at 10 years. And you say you have an 8-year-old?
Yes, ma'am.
In 10 years, that 8-year-old will gone through the most formative years of their life without your being present. You understand? So you're gonna have to start on the straight and narrow, otherwise you're gonna end up going to prison. Now, your attorney in the state obviously wants you on probation. They believe you can complete it successfully. If I didn't think you could do it, I wouldn't have accepted this agreement. So everybody wants you to be successful. If there's an issue, let your probation officer know. If they're not addressing it, you can always come back to court, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, good luck to you. Thank you, counsel. Who's here? I'm Richard Cantu.
That's me, Judge. I'm here for Meredith.
All right, thank you. Mr. Cantu. All right, are y'all ready to proceed on the motion to revoke or no?
Judge, we're still awaiting the psych evaluation. I think the eval may have been done, but a report has not been submitted.
All right, Norma, has the evaluation been completed? And how's Meredith doing?
She's okay. She's recovering at home. She was the one trying to fill me in on this case this morning before I came in here.
Yeah,
So from what she could tell from her recovery bed, it looked like the report had gotten done
okay.
last month. Not great at listening to the doctor's orders, so she's ready to get back to work, but.
Let me just tell you, tell Meredith, oh, I'm so shocked. And when you say that, do that. Tell her Stephanie said she's so shocked that she's doesn't want to follow doctor's orders. She wants to get up and go. She's always been that way. Probation, there's gonna be a reset on Mr. Cantu. And we're just trying to figure out a couple of things to give a date. But you say, she says they've completed it.
She think, what I recall her telling me this morning is that it looks like the visit happened, the actual doctor happened.
All right, so when is she going to be back to work? And when I say back to work, when do her doctors say she should be back to work? Not when she wants to be
That
back.
I don't, she's talking about trying to come in tomorrow. I think she's crazy.
Yeah, that's, yeah, wait, yeah. Well, tell her I'm not gonna allow that to happen for the 187, so.
So Norma just said it was the evaluation was on the 15th. My other cases, I've been experiencing 30 to 45 days before the doctors actually issue the reports.
Well, let's do this. Norma, let's recall this back on June 26th. We'll just see where we are. All right, June 26th, okay?
Excuse me.
Yes. You too. No, we'll still have the MTR scheduled and we'll see if they're ready to proceed. Who's here on Adrian Harper? Okay. All right, so whenever they're, because I told her he needs to file whatever he needs to file, otherwise there's gonna be a warrant and a bond forfeiture. Paul Marceau?
It's your president.
All right, what are we here for?
Yes, Your Honor, originally, we did hear before on a motion to allow him to go to church on Wednesdays and Sundays. The prosecution said they wanted to talk to the complainant, make sure she didn't go to, or.
Did you all talk to the complainant?
We have attempted to make contact. She did not answer our calls. So we have, at this point, no further objection to this motion. We would only ask, because I believe he is being monitored by pretrial services, that he provide the exact address of the church that he's going to be at and the exact times on Wednesdays and Sundays that he will be at that church.
We can do.
And then just, further keep up with whatever pretrial services having him do as well.
So he doesn't have an end date on that. I mean, an end time for the services. He says at 10 a.m. So can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm that? Well, let me call the case. Court is calling night mag number 701641, State versus Paul Marceau. Can I have parties announced?
Rick Pena for the state of Texas.
Jason Goss for Mr. Marceau.
And are you Mr. Marceau? Can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record. All right, so your counsel has filed this motion requesting that bond conditions be amended to allow you to attend church services. All right, so on Sundays, what is the church service time?
Honestly, I would have to check their website to know. I would assume it's between like 11 and 11 a.m. and.
All right, any objection to the court Googling the time?
No objection, but I would think that if he wants to go to this church, he should know the times specifically, unless he's never been to this church before.
I just.
All right, any objection to the court Googling the
No
time?
objection. No objection.
Any objection?
No.
All right, on Sunday, mass schedule, 8 a.m., 10 a.m., 12 p.m., 2 p.m. is Spanish, and 4 p.m. I'm not Catholic, I'm Baptist, so I don't know these things, right? So I'm assuming since you have mass schedule at 8 a.m., that it's over by 10.
I can say that as a Catholic and as an officer of this court.
Yes.
They are 1 hour services, so depending on which service he wants to attend, it's 8 to 9, 10 to 11, noon to 1, 2 to 3. So I guess maybe a little bit of a window ahead to give him time to get there, and then a little bit of window after to give him time to get home, but otherwise, I don't think he needs to be there from 8 to 4 or whatever.
This allegation, it's been pending for 2 years without.
All right, so I'm not even addressing the allegation. I'm just doing the
I understand.
the
It's just-
amend for bond. So
Yes, sir.
the state has agreed that he can go to church. So I'm just trying to figure out the times. I'm not here to get into the facts of this case unless people want to call witnesses.
No.
All right, so you have down on your form that you want to go Sundays at 10. So what I'm telling you, the hours are 8 a.m. Do you want to go to the 8 a.m. service, the 10 a.m. service, the 12 p.m. service, the 2 p.m. service, or the 4 p.m. service? And the 2 p.m. service, they say that's in Spanish.
I would like to attend the 10 a.m. service on Sundays with the ability to, go there on Sundays at 10 a.m.
All right, so that's 10 a.m. And you're telling me as an officer of the court, you're Catholic and these last for an hour.
Yes, Your Honor.
So it would be 9.
I also attend Catholic mass and ours lasts an hour to hour and a half. Depending on the mass, so they can run over an hour, and that happens frequently. I go with my wife and my children.
Well, I'm a Baptist, and what I can tell you is church services start at 10 and it's not over till 8 p.m. It just depends on when you want to leave.
I guess to be fair, we can give him probably window from 9 a.m. to about noonish to get home in time. I think that should be fair time for him to get to mass, attend mass, and get home.
All right, so on Sundays, it's 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Then on Wednesdays, they have Monday through Friday, they say Wednesday is bilingual. And it's,
Wednesdays, I was planning on just going to chapel, just to prayer,
I'm not gonna allow that.
Okay.
So, I mean, we'll start with Sundays, 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. And if everything goes well with that, then usually I give people more extra leeway for things. And who knows, ultimately, are you on GPS?
Yes, ma'am.
Ultimately, it may just end up being tracking only, but I don't immediately go to tracking with people. It starts with you're given different times to do different things. And then if all goes well, then the court will slowly ease up. Then finally, it'll be the tracking only, and it may be removal.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Now, here's the thing, the state is saying that they haven't had contact with the complainant to address this motion. If the complainant happens to be at that service, you need to leave the service, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and then you can come back and let the court know, hey, the complainant is at that service. Can I go to a different church or something? You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So states you're in agreement, Sunday's church, and he's listed the location in the motion from 9 to 12 p.m. on Sundays.
Yes, Your Honor.
So that means that you can leave your house at 9 a.m. and you need to be back at your house on 12 p.m. on a Sunday. Do you understand? Is there anything else?
Nothing from the state?
All right, and then you all are back here. Let me pull it up. I think it's, yes, July 7th. All right, thank you.
Your Honor, do we need to fill out any other?
No, he's already filled out the July 7th one.
Got it. Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
May we be excused?
Yes,
Thank you, ma'am.
you're welcome. Norma, what page was he on? All right, thank you. All right, who's here on Carlos Perez? Come forward. Good morning. Thank you for dressing appropriately for court. All right. So in this case, where are we on discovery?
I have received it. I don't believe I've got a chance to review the body cams quite yet. It is the first setting. I did present some discovery of our own to Mr. Hellman's review, and said that he's going to do that.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, on this case, I need a 30-day reset.
Well, actually, I do a 7. The 8th is fine.
All right, on July 8th, states you need to be prepared to tender an offer, and Norma set it as a discovery. All right, is there anything else?
No, you're
All right, thank you. And have a good one. Who's here on Patrick Washington?
Right here, Judge.
All right, if you can come forward.
Washington.
Hello, Mr. Washington.
Washington.
How are you doing today?
Pretty good.
All right, the court is calling 2025 CR 002917 State versus Patrick Washington. Can I have parties announced?
Andrew Harris, Edelman for the state.
Marshall D. White and Mr. Patrick Washington, defendant, Your Honor.
And are you Mr. Washington?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have you received all discovery? Did you review it with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, I'm sorry. Mr. Washington, have you reviewed true bill of indictment?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
No, Judge, proceeding on the lesser included Class A deadly conduct.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
The court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Washington, did you review the admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes.
Did you understand the state is proceeding on the lesser included offense of deadly conduct?
Yes.
It's a Class A misdemeanor. It's up to a $4,000 fine and up to 1 year in the Bexar County Jail. If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
You have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent. Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
Yes,
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea bargain agreement in this case?
Yeah.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I do, Your Honor.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
I do, Your Honor.
Mr. Washington, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, yes.
Anyone promise you anything other than the plea?
No, yes.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes,
Are you a U.S. citizen?
yes, yeah.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, yes.
According to the plea, the state is proceeding on the lesser included offense of deadly conduct. Your punishment is to be assessed at 306 days in the Bexar County Jail. There's a $1,000 fine and no applications. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, yeah.
Defense, is that the plea?
That's correct. Yeah.
State, is that the plea?
Yes, Judge.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places?
Yes, yeah.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, yeah.
Counsel, are there any such motions? Outside the agreement, the state is saying that you're not to have any contact with Mr. Michael White or his residence. Did you understand that?
Yes,
Those are recommendations from the state, and the court does not have to follow those recommendations. Did you understand?
yes, yeah.
Then to the offense of deadly conduct, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State, any evidence?
Should be contained in Exhibit 1 in attachments, Judge.
No objection.
All right, state, you may be excused.
Thank you.
Did you review the waiver and stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, yeah.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in, the right to remain silent? Did you understand?
Yes, yeah.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there'll be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes, yeah.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same.
Yeah.
All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
No objections here, Judge.
All right, anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Yes, respectfully, Judge, Mr. Washington, understands the situation here. He apologizes to the court, for any, delays and trouble that he may have caused. He wants to get back, to living his life, and this type of thing. He's, told me that it's not gonna happen again. And I tend to believe in Judge. I think Mr. Washington, is gonna come back out, and I think gonna be a law-abiding citizen like he has been for most of his life.
All right. So, Mr. Washington, this is what the court will do. The court is going to order
Yes, yeah.
there's to be 306 days in the Bexar County Jail. Credit for any time served. There's a $1,000 fine, time and money to run concurrent. Is this a judgment satisfied?
Should be, Judge. If the court can do so, Mr. Washington would appreciate it very much. He does, I believe, have 155 days in.
If it's just 155, they'll have to calculate it. What I can tell you at the jail, if you have not caused any problems at the jail, they'll give you 2 for 1. So every day that you serve, you will normally receive 2 days. But I don't have any control over that.
Can you stipulate I get 2 for 1?
No, I'm not allowed to do that, but the sheriff does that. But I'm going to give you credit for any time that you've been in jail. And what I can tell you, normally, if you have not caused any problems at the jail because the jail is overcrowded, they'll give you 2 for 1. Okay. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney?
Yes,
Did you understand it and sign it?
yes.
Because it's a plea bargaining agreement, because I followed your plea bargaining agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal, okay?
Yes.
All right, we can go off the record. Do you have a place to stay? Or are you homeless?
They working on it in the jail about getting me a housing program at the Haven for Hope. I talked to them. I appreciate if you can get the mental health or whoever concerned about the discharge to help me get the program, one of the programs.
Well, I will tell you, and I know your counsel could probably help with this. They have a place in San Antonio, and I just toured the facility. And it's called Twin Village.
Yeah.
Now, in order to apply for their housing, you'll have to go through the city. But council, is called Twin Village, TWIN Village.
Write it down. Right.
And what they do is, even if you're not able to get a house there, they actually have places where they would take people in to at least give them a hot meal and let them be able to shower and have access to wash their clothing that they have, okay? But they do that through the city. That's how you're able to maybe get one of those homes. They're tiny homes, but they're beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay?
You got a number or anything like that, Judge?
Just 1 second. Let me look at that. Oh, so I think this may be a number you can call. 210-361-4322. At least they'll put you on the right track.
4332.
4322.
Thank you.
And it's located on the east side, but I think they're going to try to build more throughout the city.
All right.
And if for some reason you can't find a place to stay or something else is going on, if I'm still here, you can always come back here and we'll see if we can help you with the place.
Yeah, well, I can come to the courthouse and
Yeah, you can come here. If I'm still here, I'll look through and see if we can find a place for you. And also, council, they do have the community court. It's right next door with Judge Barra. They may have some information. Let me see. Does anybody have one of those booklets that have the treatment course listed in it? Oh.
This is what you're talking about?
Oh, no, not this booklet. It's the one with it should have the list of the treatment court that Judge Barra has. They may have a pamphlet over there that you can. Oh, yes. And if you'll, Mr. White, the information should be in there.
Right. We'll sit down in the box if good for a minute.
Sure.
We'll see what they have.
All right. Thank you so much. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you. Yeah, bye.
And everyone, just give me a moment. Cindy, do you need 5 minutes? Sure. All right. Because the next one, I don't think there's a record for it. Oh, okay. All right, who's here on John Anthony Martinez? All right. Okay, is this criminal trial division? All right, so today is your plea deadline date. Are you requesting a jury trial?
Actually, Your Honor, what we're doing is we got the plea offer on Tuesday, we're working on the litigation, and we're asking for an extension of the plea deadline.
All right, Norma? Yes. And I keep saying this is the final plea deadline date, but this is the final plea deadline date. Norma, put this on June 26th. And there'll be no further plea deadline dates after June 26th. You're going to jury trial if there's not an agreement reached. Do you understand?
He understands as judge, we've spoken about it, and we'll be in contact with the DA's office regarding that.
All right, and if you all can make sure that an acknowledgement of discovery is completed. All right, thank you. Thank you for dressing appropriately for court.
Thank you. Okay, Mr. Watt, good to go. Good day.
All right, you too.
All right, Mr. Watson, you can do it. Goodbye.
Thank you and goodbye. Oh, you're welcome. You have a great day, Mr. Washington. Take care of yourself.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Ashley Nicole Rodriguez.
I'm looking for you.
All right, so do you have all the discovery?
Judge, we're still waiting on the breath test records.
All right, State, do you know where the breath test records are?
I don't, Your Honor. I sent a message to Texas DPS asking them when those would be furnished. I have not received a response from them. It is possible, based on prior experiences, that our office has received them, and whoever has received them has simply not inputted that information to other divisions.
All right, so that's gonna need to be done at the next setting. Ms. Ferguson, if you can put this for that first week in July, please, for discovery. All right, July 8th. All right, thank you for dressing appropriately for court. All right, if there's anyone in the audience and you have not seen your attorney, we are starting a jury trial at 1:30. And this docket is ending at 12. And if your attorney is not here, you're going to be recalled for tomorrow. Where is Lorraine with Mr. Cruz? Could you call her? Thank you. And Sean, did we take care of Perry Korea?
Yes.
Okay. Juan Carlos Ramos. Hello. You were late for court. Don't be late for court again, okay? And you need to call your attorney, all right? All right, thank you. All right, Carlos White. Hi. Well, I'm doing okay. How's it going?
Always exciting.
What would we do if it was dull? We would just give me the excitement.
I'm right, exactly.
All right.
And just to update the court, Mr. White is a referral for mental health PTE. So you set this today for a kind of a status check to see where he is in the process. He will be screened on Monday.
Okay.
I spoke to Charlotte with the mental health program this morning, so he should be screened Monday. And then it takes about 30 days for the DA's office to staff it and determine if he's eligible or they'll accept it into the put.
All right, Ms.
That's-
Ferguson. Oh, no problem. Ms. Ferguson, if you can give me a date, 30 days from June 9th, please.
And are we allowed to come back earlier if he's approved?
Yes.
Because they said the max is 30 days, not that it will be on.
Sure.
Okay.
All right. Is there anything else?
I do have another case on the docket. I'd like to.
Okay, once they pull that file. Sir, do you have any questions? All right, thank you. All right.
That's July. Yeah.
Yes. Michael Anthony Hernandez.
He's not present, and I'll be on, I have spoken a little bit with and Mr. Garahan about this case. So we do have the case resolved. Unfortunately, I'll be honest, I did not talk to him before today to see if he had gotten notice of the court date. He's saying he didn't, but I am in contact with him. He is working in Blanco today. So he can either appear in person tomorrow, if the court would like that, or we are gonna apply for pretrial diversion, and so I didn't know if the court would allow me to meet with him.
Oh, well, have him zoom in.
Okay, I can send him a Zoom link right now.
Yes.
Oh, okay,
All right, thank you.
great.
All right, Nathan Martinez.
Yes, Judge, Charles is kind of part of this whole conversation.
Sure. All right, they're pulling the file, but what's, sure. All right, just have a seat.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I was.
Oh.
Jason,
All right, council, do you know if your guy's gonna be able to Zoom?
He's not the most technology inclined. He's trying to download the Zoom app. I tried to FaceTime him on WhatsApp, but he didn't answer. I could think try to call him. Speakerphone or give you his number.
Well, let me ask you, as an officer of the court, are you saying that he didn't receive notice?
That's what he's telling me yesterday. And I believe, I mean, I do believe him. He checked in with his mom last week. I personally know his. And the minute I reached out to him this morning, like, hey, where are you? He responded instantly.
All right, so Ms. Ferguson, they're saying that they're gonna do a PTD. So I'm gonna give you a PTD date, but your client needs to have
Okay.
signed the paperwork and get the paperwork done. All right, what date, Ms. Ferguson?
The seventh, yeah, we'll do the seventh both and we're gonna get the app in.
All right, thank you. Could I have a whiteout, please?
Sorry about that. Thank
No
you.
problem. I know, oh, yeah, yeah. Okay, there you are, thank you.
Charles,
I think they're all next up.
because I wanted them to be able to talk by themselves without.
Okay. I think Charles is over there,
I
correct?
didn't see him, but yes.
That's it.
All right, who is here for Nathan? Oh, no, they're not ready on that one. Who is here on Gary Flowers? All right, thank you. And where's Mr. Flowers? Come down. You have a haircut. Hi, Trey. How's it going? Mhm. So are you still loving being an attorney?
So,
Oh, that's good. It's like you never know what it's truly about until you're in it, but I know your mom and dad prepared you for it.
yes, ma'am.
All right, did you confer with the state
I
on a
did.
bond?
I did, Your Honor, and I have a copy of what Jason had recommended a few weeks, or I guess probably last week when I spoke with him, a bond of $5,000. We're
Okay.
just asking that the bond be set at that amount.
All right, can you raise your right? I'm sorry. We're gonna call 2024 CR 0107795 State versus Gary Flowers. Could I have parties announce?
Lisa Gary here for the state, Your Honor.
Trey Maurer for Mr. Flowers.
And you, Mr. Flowers? All right, state your excuse. It's the court's understanding, you're welcome. It's the court's understanding that an agreement between the state has been reached for a bond of $5,000. Is that correct?
That's correct, Judge.
All right, Mr. Flowers, if you can raise your right hand for me, please. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Gary Flowers.
All right, Mr. Flowers, the reason why you have no bond is because you did not appear for court. Why did you not appear?
My girlfriend was co-defendant and she did the time on it, time served, and discharged the sentence and all that stuff.
I mean, but what does that have to do with you? Did you think your case was?
I was under the understanding that if she did the time, that basically the whole thing went away.
So now you know differently.
I know different. Yes, ma'am.
All right. Have you ever in the past used any type of drugs?
In the past, yes.
All right. And what would that have been?
Methamphetamine.
All right. And have you ever had any type of mental health diagnosis? Ever been on any type of medication for mental health? All right, the court will set your bond, the agreed bond at $5,000. The court is going to order regular UAs, waive fees. And the court is going to order 30 sober support meetings. In 30 days. Ms. Ferguson, do we already have a new setting date for him or no? And counsel, have you received all discovery in this case?
Not yet, Your Honor.
Okay.
No, we were just hired about a week ago, so I think we're still working on getting everything.
All right. All right, do 30 days for a plea deadline date, please. Is July 8th good?
That works, Judge.
All right, July 8th will be your plea deadline date. Ms. Ferguson, please make sure he gets a reset form. All right, is there anything else you need from the court?
No.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. And counsel, if you need a copy of the order, they'll give it to you in the back. Norma, any contact with Lorraine Efron? All right. All right. All right, who is here on Adolfo Manuel Rodriguez Villafan?
Yes. Very good pronunciation.
Did my best.
You did good.
See, guys, I'm working on it. I'm gonna stop rolling my R's because the day I rolled my R's, oh my gosh, things were just crazy. All right, so is your client a citizen?
No, Your Honor. He's in the process.
All right, so do you need an immigration attorney appointed to him, or are you gonna take care of that?
No, we'll take care of that.
Okay. All right, where are we on discovery?
Your Honor, yes, I received it, Your Honor, and I think the state's contacting some of the victims. And it's a lot of discovery, so
All right, well, this is an unusual charged violation of motor fuel tax requirements, so I think there may be a lot of discovery. Ms. Ferguson, if you can recall this for 45 days, this will be your time to obtain discovery. All right, July 17th. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused, and thank you for dressing appropriately for court.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, are you ready on Slingerland?
Yes, there
What is happening with that?
you requesting jury trial?
All right, could I see the file on Slingerland? All right, I don't see it. Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't see a sheet for Slingerland. All right. No, Slingerland. All right. So have you received all discovery?
My opinion, discovery is sufficient at this time.
And an offer was tendered?
Offer was tendered, rejected by my client today.
All right, does he want a jury trial or a bench trial?
Jury trial, Your Honor.
And how long do you think it will go?
This particular one, I can't attest for what the state may say, but probably 1-2 days, Your Honor, shouldn't be bad.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, I need a jury trial date, 1 to 2 days, and counsel, if you make sure that an acknowledgement of discovery is completed. State need a discovery acknowledgement on Slingerland.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, counsel, July 22nd.
That'll work, Your Honor. Yes, ma'am.
All right, your jury trial will be July 22nd. You'll be brought over dressed in whatever clothing you have. It's civilian clothing you have. If you wish to be attired in something different, let your attorney know. If there's an issue, counsel with clothing exchange, let the court know.
Yes, Your Honor, definitely.
All right, thank you. Slingerland. Xavier Slingerland. All right, and what date did you say, Norma? All right, thank you.
Slingerland. 17th
Yeah, I thought it was the 22nd. All right, thank you.
You know what, Sheriff, I just told them to send him back. But
No.
you're gonna want, yeah, that's my bet. I just told him don't make this, that accident about yeah, he's still in the phone. Back. Yeah. Person over there. Oh, whatever. Yeah, it's in the. Okay. Well, somebody said Miguel wants to know if you want.
All right, state and defense. Martinez, if you all confer for a jury trial date.
Sure, Judge.
Is that, no, I mean, I don't need to hear that. All right. You were appointed, right?
Yes,
Okay.
and that was an expert that we hired based on.
Oh.
He provided some information. We didn't actually have him testify, but he provided quite a bit of information.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. They'll file it and then you can get a copy of it.
Thank you for your help.
Sure.
I don't know. No, I'm sure.
Yes. Just that.
Thank you.
Well, we will see if she said it. We did that the last time we heard of her.
Yes. That's.
Uh-huh. Okay. I'm fine with that.
Yes.
And Judge, I mean, I think you know.
Well, I know we have a lot of murder cases and capital murders that are set.
Every month until, and the month that's free right now is January.
Okay.
2026, and I conferred with Suzanne, and the 20th is a Tuesday. It's after a holiday weekend, but it's on a Tuesday on the 20th of January of 2026.
All right, so let's do this. Norma?
Yes, ma'am.
The jury trial date in this case is going to be January 20th. And then we're going to set this. Give me a date in October, just to make sure that everyone has everything and there are no issues.
Because at this point, Judge, I'll be filing some motions for appointments of other experts that will be needed for trial, so I'll get that done by October.
And
Well, I'll get that done soon.
And I just informed defense counsel. One thing is that William Wallace is our expert for, and he obviously is in Europe now. We're
Okay.
gonna be sending everything to get retested.
Okay. Look at him enjoying Europe and living there.
I think he went back home.
Yeah, that we'll
He just
no
went like
longer
a
be
bug.
able to hear the accent. All right, Norma. All right, October 20th, everyone needs to have whatever motions they want filed on that day.
I'll have it done well before that day.
All right, Mr. Martinez, come down. All right, Mr. Martinez, your plea deadline date has expired. The court is not going to consider any plea bargain agreements in this case without good cause. Otherwise, you'll have to plea open to the court. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and are you all requesting a jury trial or a bench trial?
Jury trial.
All right, so we're going to come back on October 20th. On October 20th, defense, whatever motions you want heard, it'll be heard on that day. And then your jury trial is going to be on January 20th. That's the earliest I can have you in. If something were to happen and we were able to get you in sooner for a jury trial, we will get you in sooner. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, is there anything else?
There's not from the defense judge.
Not from the state.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. May we be excused?
Yes.
Thank you.
All right. Juan Carlos Ramos. Hello. Today's plea deadline date. So is there going to be an agreement or jury trial?
We have an agreement, Your Honor.
All right,
I wanted to see if it's possible if you could reclose for Monday to take it.
I can recall you back for tomorrow to take it.
That's the place to be. Your
All
Honor.
right. All right, State, if you make sure the paperwork is ready.
It'll be ready.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, this is to be recalled for tomorrow for disposition. All right, once you sign the reset form, you excuse.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, Tammy Franks. How are you doing? All right. Oh, that's good. We just received notice and we just received it today that your attorney is not feeling well. Yeah, so that's why they're not here. And we just received notice of that. So I'm gonna recall you. Are you employed?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, what's your work schedule?
It's from 12 to 5 at night, and then in the morning, I got a provider.
Okay, so what we're gonna do is, are you okay to come back
Yes, ma'am.
June 26th? Is that good for you?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that enough time?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so once you sign the reset form, we'll have you back on June 26th, okay? All right, thank you. And thank you for dressing appropriately for court. All right. Yes. No, I understand. Well, just 1 second. So this one is the 26th. Let me review this. Okay, and I need to see the file on Kizar Johnson. Well, just give me the remaining files. Thank you. And yes, Norma, on Vanessa Rubio, 626. On Cruz, recall that for tomorrow. All right, so we're gonna be back at 1:30. Let's go over the docket.